Hello children. So let's come back to our maths class. In the previous class, we have started our exercise 1.1 and we have completed our first sum, second sum, third sum and fourth sum. So today we are going to start our fifth sum. I hope that everyone would have practiced all the four sums, and also you people have to solve your solved examples. Go on trying your solved examples. We have total 9 solved examples for your that is exercise 1.1. Before exercise 1.1, you have 9 solved examples, and this 9 solved examples will be your assignment. So just note down your assignments. You have to note your assignments and you have to submit the assignment for the whole week. That is, you have to go on writing all the assignments for every day. It's like I'll be giving you 2-3 days. For 2-3 days, I'll be giving you the assignment. You just have a pack of it and you have to submit the assignment separately. Homework will be separated, assignment will be different. So just maintain it carefully. Assignment should be written in a A4 sheet and you have to file it. Since you know that for maths, we have to prepare the solved examples also. So from the questions will be asked from solved examples also. So the assignment will be to solve till that is 1.1 to 1.9 in a A4 sheet. Okay, now let's come back to our class. That is, we are going to continue with fifth sum today. Justify the trueness of the statement. What's the statement given? An element of a set can never be a subset of itself. Now the question says justify the trueness. Justify the trueness means whether you have to check whether the given statement is a true statement or a false statement. So now let's check the trueness, or let's justify the statement. So we are going to take a simple set. Do not take more elements. So I'll start with the set A. I'll just take it as 1, 2. So I have taken a set A as, and the members of set A is 1 and 2. Now what is the next thing we are going to do is, we are going to find the subset of A. So what are the subset of A? It's 1. So first put a big bracket under that 1. Then you write 2 alone. Then you write this 2 together. It's 1, 2. And 1 will be an empty set. So always we have an empty set. So these are the subsets of A. It is 1, 2 alone, then 1, 2 together, then an empty set. So we have written an empty set. Okay. Now let's see the statement. An element of a set can never be a subset of itself. An element can never be a subset. See here, what are the elements of a set here? 1. So 1 is a subset over here. 2 is a subset over here. So what we can say? Can never is a wrong statement. So what should be the correct statement? An element of a set will be a subset of itself. So you say the given statement is not true since every element of a set is a subset of itself. Since every element of a set is a subset of itself. The sum is simple, just small understanding. Just remember it. You're just going to define a set. You define a set A or whatever, you just define a set, then you write the subset of A. Now the statement says element of a set. What is the element of a set? The element is 1, the element is 2. So element of a set, I have 2 elements here, 1 and 2. They're saying can never be a subset, can never be a subset. But what we can see, the element is a subset. Yes, 1 is a subset, again 2 is a subset. So we say the given statement is not true since every element of a set is a subset of itself. Okay, so that's all. The fifth sum is done. Now let's go for the sixth question. Copy down the sixth question. Take down the sixth question. Complete the sums along with me. You have to do the sums along with me so that you'll not miss any steps. Go along with me. Take down the sixth question. If n of p of a is equal to 1024, n of a union b is 15, n of p of b is 32, then find n of a intersection b. So now you know what are the steps we follow. Yes, we always write what is given. So let's write what is given. This is question number 6. So given n of p of a is 1024. N of p of a is equal to 1024. N of a union b is 15. N of p of b is 32. N of p of b is equal to 32. What you have to find? We have to find n of a intersection b. N of a intersection b. Okay, now let's go for the solution part here. So now I'll take the first part. That is n of p of a is equal to 1024. So now what we are going to do is, we are going to express 1024 in terms of power. That is, we have to get the base as 2 and you are going to express this in the form of power. So let's factorize 1024 in terms of 2. Just take the factors 2. So 2, go on factorizing. 2 5s are 10. 2 1s are 2 2s. 2 2s are 4. 1 5s are 6. 2 1 2 8. 2 6 4. 2 32. 2 16. 2 8. 2 4 2 2 1. Okay, so be careful. If you know it to do it directly, it will be easy. Just try the sum. 2 4 6 8 10. Total number of 2's is 10. So now what you are going to do is, you are going to write 1024 as a power of 2. So this becomes 2 raised to 10. That's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So n of p of a is equal to 1024 is written as 2 raised to 10. 2 to the power 10. Now we have a formula over here. So you have to write the reason in a bracket over here. So write the reason. If n of a is equal to m, then n of p of a is equal to 2 raised to m. So this is a formula. What's the formula? If n of a is equal to m, then n of p of a is equal to 2 raised to m. So now just see here, we have reached to this step. Yes, n of p of a is equal to 2 raised to 10. So what is the value for n of a? So n of a is nothing but m. Now what is m over here? The power. That is 10. So I have got the value for n of a. So that is, from n of p of a, we have got the value for n of a. What is the formula we are using over here? If n of a is m, then n of p of a is equal to 2 raised to m. Now similarly, the same manner, you are going to find out n of b. So let's start with the work. Try out the sum by yourself. Just I'm waiting for your answer. Try out. Okay, so we have to write 32, or we have to express 32 as a power of 2. So we have done the factors for 1024. So from there itself we can take the power for 32 in terms of 2. So how many numbers are there? How many 2's are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how 32 can be written as? 32 can be written as 2 raised to 5. That is in terms of the power. Suppose if you want to express 32 in the terms of power, we can write it as 2 raised to 5, where 2 is the base and 5 is the power. So n of p of b is 32. So now we can say n of b is equal to 5. So I have got the value for n of a, and also we have got the value for n of b. Now what's the question? We have to find out the value for n of a intersection b. And we have studied the formula n of a union b is equal to n of a plus n of b minus n of a intersection b. So this is the first formula that we have studied in our 9th standard. In 9th standard itself, we have studied this formula. Yes. So just substitute the values, whatever is known to us. A union B is 15. N of A is 10. N of B is 5. Minus, I don't know the value for N of A intersection B. That's what we are going to find out. So this is 15 is equal to 15 minus N of A intersection B. Cancel 15, 15. So therefore, N of A intersection B is equal to 0. So this is the answer. Yes, we have got the answer for N of A intersection B. N of A intersection B is equal to 0. So here we are using two formulas. The first one is, if N of A is equal to M, then N of P of A is equal to 2 raised to M. And one more, N of A union B is equal to N of A plus N of B minus N of A intersection B. Take down the sum. Okay, now let's go for the 7th question. Take on the 7th question. The 7th question says, if n of A intersection B is equal to 3 and n of A union B is equal to 10, then find n of P of A symmetric B. So we have studied this symbol, yes? The symbol is read as symmetric. Asymmetric B. Okay. So now, let's go with the sum. Under question number 7, write on the given part. From the question, find out what is given. N of A intersection B is equal to 3. N of A intersection B is equal to 3. N of A union B is equal to 10. This is the details given to us. Then what you are going to find out? N of P of A symmetric B. To find N of P of A symmetric B. Okay, now let's go with the sum. So now here, what we are going to do? So we are going to apply a formula over here. The formula is, so solution, let's go for the solution part. N of A symmetric B is equal to N of A union B minus N of A intersection B. Remember this step? So it's simple. So you have just remember this. Here the question is to find N of P of A symmetric B. But now we are just finding N of A symmetric B. So N of A symmetric B is equal to N of A union B minus N of A intersection B. So just substitute the values. We already know the values for A union B and we know the value for N of A intersection B. So this becomes 10 minus 3, that's equal to 7. Now you know what's the meaning of N of A intersection B. What do you mean by this? That is number of elements in A intersection B is 3. Number of. Suppose N of A is 4 in the sense. What's the meaning of this? Number of elements in A is 4. That's N is nothing but N is the number of elements. Okay children? So now what we have found? We have found n of A symmetric B. Now what we are going to do? We are going to find n of P of A symmetric B. So already we have applied the formula of the previous sum, the sixth sum we have a formula. That is, if n of A is equal to m, then n of P of A is equal to 2 raised to m. So we have in this manner, yes, n of A is equal to 7. That is, n of A symmetric B is equal to 7. So here this represents, the whole thing represents A, the 7 represents m. So now how you are going to find out the answer? So n of P of A symmetric B is equal to 2 raised to m. So what is m over here? 7. So you get the answer 2 raised to 7. So let's find the answer for 2 raised to 7. Get me the answer, children. So 7 times 2, yes? So don't write 2 into 7, 14. This is totally wrong. Okay, it's not 2 into 7, it's 2 power 7. That is 2 has to be written 7 times. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Okay, so this is this power. This is a power in terms of power. Okay, this is multiplication. Okay. Next, let's see. So 2 power 7. What's the answer for it? 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 16 2s are 32, 32 2s are 64, 64 2s are 128. So 2 raised to 7 is 128. So we have completed our sum number 7. Okay. So now let's go for the next question. I hope you have taken down the 7th sum. The 6th sum and the 7th sum is just the same manner. Only the thing is, the question is reversed. So just you have to use the same formula but in a reverse manner. So now go for the 8th one. Let's take the question. For a set A, you have to copy the question and you have to take the answer. Do not write the answer directly. Take the question and the answer so that it becomes easy for you to prepare. So take down the question number 8. For a set A cross A contains 16 elements and 2 of its elements are 1, 3 and 0, 2. Find the elements of A. Sum number 8. For a set A cross A contains 16 elements. Read the question carefully. So you have a set A, only one set is given. And A cross A contains 16 elements. And they have given you 2 elements. What are the 2 elements given? That is 1, 3 and 0, 2 is given to you. So now you have to find out the elements of A. So let's start with the answer. Write on the answer part. A cross A contains 16 elements. Okay, so before we go to the sum, I'll just give a small example. Okay, just take, let's take one small example over here. Suppose for example, I take the set A as 1, 2. This is not, it's not regarding to 8th sum. This is just a small example so that this sum will be easy for you. So I have taken an example. I have taken a set 1, 2. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take the Cartesian product. This I'm going to take the Cartesian product of A and A. So this becomes 1, 2 cross 1, 2. So let's take the product. So what do you get here? 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. So total number of pairs, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is, so A cross A contains, how many pairs are there? Total 4 elements. We can say 4 pairs or 4 elements. So now what you can say, that means the answer was total 4, yes? So here what was the question? Here what's the statement given? A cross A contains 16 elements here. Here similarly, how many elements does A cross A contains? A cross A contains 4 elements, yes? So A cross A contains 4 elements. That means the set contains how many elements? 2 elements. Yes, just, it's not half of it. It's just like you have to divide it equally. So this becomes like 2 into 2 is equal to 4. Similarly, A cross A contains 16 elements. It means A cross A contains 16 elements. So therefore, A must contain, do not write 8 elements. You have to write dash into dash is equal to 60. So it's 4 into 4. Do not fill any other numbers, okay? So we have to just take the square of it. So A must contain 4 elements. So I can say n of A is equal to 4. So I have found the number of elements in A. So for a set A, how many elements will be present? 4. So actually, see, I have taken one example, yes. So when we found the Cartesian product of A cross A, we got total 4 elements. So from 4 elements, that means I can say that A must contain how many elements? 2. Similarly, here A cross A contains 16 elements. That means A must contain 4 elements. Now, some elements are given to you. What are the elements given to you? Given elements are, what are the elements given to you? 1, 3 and 0, 2. These are the elements that is already given to you in the question. Now, what is the question? What we are going to find? We are going to find the elements of A. So, therefore, elements of A are, we'll write the answer directly. Just see. So, already we have studied in our 10th standard. Yes, children. So, if we take the Cartesian product A cross B and you get the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4. So, we say yes, the first part goes to first. Yes, so A contains 1 and 3 and B contains 2 and 4. Similarly here, A cross A in the sense, for A, what are the members? It's 1 and 0. And for this A, what are the members? 3 and 2. So try to write in an order. 1, 0, 3, 2. We always arrange the elements in an ascending order. Yes? So arrange the numbers and give me the answer. So you get 0, 1, 2, 3. So the elements of A are 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is the required answer. I hope the sum is clear. It's very simple. You have to just understand and you have to present the answer. Everything is contained in the question itself. So complete the answer properly. This type of questions can be asked for 2 marks or this type of questions may be asked for multiple choice questions. So you have to go through each and everything. So we have completed our 8th sum. Sum number 9 will be a homework. You have to try sum number 9. Sum number 9, the same manner, instead of one set, here 2 sets are given and some details are given. So you have to just find out what is A and what is B. This is a very simple sum. Try out sum number 9 as homework. Now let's go for the 10th sum. Okay. So sum number 9 will be a homework. Now let's go for the last sum, that is the 10th sum. So take down the question. Write down the question. If A cross A has 16 elements, if A cross A has 16 elements, S is equal to AB, that is, it's given in an ordered pair, AB belonging to A cross A such that A less than B, minus 1, 2 and 0, 1 are 2 elements of S, then find the remaining elements of S. So some details are given to you. So let us take one statement and let us see what are the details that we collect from that particular information. Take down the question properly. If A cross A has 16 elements, the same manner we have followed our 8th sum, yes? So let's see how to start with the answer. Sum number 10. So what's given to you? A cross A has 16 elements. Let's write down the statement. A cross A has 16 elements. Therefore, A must contain how many elements? 4 elements. So what are the number of elements in A? N of A is equal to 4. That is, from the first part, I have got this 3 lines, 3 steps we have got. Okay. Now what else is given to you? See? Condition for S is given. Yes, we'll just take the condition later on. Now let's go for the next part. Minus 1, comma 2 and 0, comma 1 are 2 elements of S. So 2 elements of S are given to you. And what's the rule given to you? S is equal to A, comma B. Now from where this A, comma B is taken out? A, comma B is taken from A cross A. Okay, we have that A cross A has 16 elements. Yes. So the S members are also taken from A cross A. And how are they? They are in the ordered form. That is A, comma B. And also one condition is given that A should be less than B. Okay. So now let's go for the elements. So what are the elements given for S? So elements of S are the given elements. I'll just write over here. Given elements of S are, tell, what are the elements given? Minus 1, comma 2 and 0, comma 1. Given elements of S. So these are the elements. Now already a condition was given that S, the ordered pair of S belongs to A cross A. So what can I say? So the A, so the possible elements of A. What are the elements of A? The same way what we have done in our 8th standard and 8th sum and what you are going to do in your 9th sum as homework. So what are the elements of A over here? The first one is A cross A. Yes, children? So A cross A in the sense the first one and the first one go for this A and 2 and 1 goes for this A. So what are the possible elements? We have to write in a ascending order. So we have minus 1, 0 for the first A, 2 and 1 for the second A. So try to write in order. So the negative number is the smallest one. So minus 1, 0, 1, 2. Okay, so I have got A. So now what we are going to do is, we are going to find out the Cartesian product A cross A, so that we can find out the remaining elements of S, because we have only 2 elements with us, that is minus 1, comma 2 and also we have 0, comma 1. Still they have, the question is to find out the remaining elements of S. So from where you are going to get the elements of S? We are going to get the elements of S from A cross A. So let's find A cross A. It's simple. You people can try out. Go with the sum. Find out the answer. I'll just wait for you. Do it. So I'll just do the first line. You are going to complete the remaining things. Okay, children? So minus 1, minus 1. Minus 1, 0. Minus 1, 1. Minus 1, 2. You have to get total 16 elements. A cross A contains 16 elements. So just I have found the first 4. You find out the remaining 12 elements. Do it. Do not make mistake. Do it properly. Okay. I guess that you have completed the sum. You're very fast. Yes, children. So let's do it. 0, comma minus 1, 0, comma 0, 0, comma 1, 0, comma 2, 1, comma minus 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. 2, minus 1, 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2. So I have found all the 16 elements of A cross A. That's minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, 0, minus 1, 1, minus 1, 2. Then 0, minus 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. 1, minus 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. 2, minus 1, 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2. So we have found all the 16 elements. Now some conditions are there for S. So we have to check the conditions for S and we are going to find out the remaining elements of S. So let's find out all the elements of S first and let's see then what are the remaining elements over here. So I'm going to write down here the values for S, the elements for S. Okay, so what is the condition for elements of how you're going to find out the elements? It should be an ordered pair, okay. It should belong to A cross A, okay. That is, we are going to choose the elements from A cross A, okay. And the one more condition is A should be less than B. That is, the second number should be bigger. Here, this case is excluded because both are equal. Here, this is bigger, yes. Minus 1 and 0. Comparing minus 1 and 0, 0 is bigger. Minus 1 is small. So we can take this condition. So minus 1, 0. Again here, a negative and a positive. Negative and positive. The negative number is smaller and a positive number is bigger. Again here, this condition is correct. This is a negative number and positive number. So negative number is smaller and a positive number is bigger. Let's go for the next line. 0, minus 1. So this condition is not satisfied since here the negative number comes and 0 comes in the first part, yes? So we cannot take this part. The second number should be a bigger number. Again here, they are equal, so we cannot take this element. 0, 1 is allowed since 1 is a bigger. 0, 2 is also allowed. What about this number? Is it allowed? No, it's not allowed. Reason? A positive and a negative. A negative number is present over here in the B part. Here, not allowed. It's big and small. This is equal. This is small and big. So it's allowed. The second number should be big. So that's allowed. Here, not allowed. This is not allowed. This is not allowed. Because small and this is big and small. So we need a small number and a big number. So just let's list out all the numbers of S, all the elements of S. So we have minus 1, 0, minus 1, 1, minus 1, 2, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 2. Do not miss any numbers. Take down the numbers properly. So what are the numbers? What are the elements we have got here? Minus 1, 0, minus 1, 1, minus 1, 2, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 2. The condition, what was the condition? It should be an ordered pair. Yes, that is done. It is from A cross A. Okay, that is also done. The third condition is A is less than B. That is, the second number should be bigger than the first number. That condition is also satisfied. Okay, so now we have listed all the elements of S. Now what's the question? Coming back to the question, find the remaining elements of S. Already 2 elements are given for S. What are the 2 elements given to you? Minus 1, 2 and 0, 1 is given to you. So what are the remaining elements of S over here? Therefore, remaining elements of S is equal to minus 1, 0, minus 1, 1, 0, 2, 1. So with this, we complete our exercise 1.1. What was the homework given to you? Sum number 1.9. And what was the assignment given to you? The solved examples from 1.1 to 1.9.